What's up, everybody? It's your boy, Real Shocker, the 96 Hedgehog here with our G8DL Week 1 Team Builder going against fellow not commissioner, but fellow admin team manager member, Mega Umbreon. My boy me and Mega have, I think, tied up in the records now. I think we have a 2-2 or something like that, so we're looking to a tiebreaker. And it's totally the fact that he did not totally rig us to face Week 1, since he was the one that made the schedule. Totally didn't rig it. Totally didn't. I'm just joking. But if you guys are excited, leave a like, haven't already, subscribe if you're new, join the Fish Shocker crew today because you'll be feeling with the king of the crew. So, we're here for this Week 1 match team builder here. And honestly, this matchup's really kind of hard on paper. And especially with the team I have, where I have kind of a good amount of lower tier stuff than a lot of higher tier stuff. But this should be good matchup here. I hope that we can pick up the win, and hopefully we can be able to move on. Excuse me. Able to pick up our first win and go from there. But let's break down Mega's team. He's got G-Max, Grimmsnarl, Entei, Rotom, Mo, Spectrier, Caparaja, Galvantula, Crobat, Tentacruel, Miltank, Flygon, Uxie, and Machamp. So breaking down his team, I really don't think Machamp comes at all. Machamp's really good for against like a whole two of my Pokemon, or well, I'll say three. But I don't really think it does too much for him this matchup. Other than that, I mean, yeah, Assault Vest could be a thing, but again, there's so much of my team that can hit on the physical side. They can actually hit Machamp physically as well. So suspect right there. Uxie has small chance to come, but again, I think there's so much of my team that can just pressure Uxie in some type of way, and again, Uxie can not be able to. Again, sorry if I yawn constantly in this video. I've been up since roughly 3:40 in the a.m. Blame insomnia. But Uxie can be there in case he wants to set up rocks against my team. But I don't know if he would want to do that. Flygon is something I could see him potentially be bringing, but Flygon doesn't really do too well against like a couple things on my team as well. But there's that. Miltank could potentially come. If Miltank does come, I probably expect Sapsip or Miltank in order to wall Ferrothorn over something like Scrappy or something like Fake Fat. Because if you look at his team, Dusknoir is really good this game as well to set up Trick Room for some of my mons and then bring my mons in to just kind of counter some of the speed he has. So that's something to very much keep a note right there as well. Oh my god. I don't know why I'm so tired. Oh, I just explained why I was tired, but Tentacruel could definitely be something that's very annoying against my team, but I think I got a good amount of stuff that can kind of keep Tentacruel away and kind of just keep it at bay and just have to not worry really about it. Crobat could be definitely something to see. The speed for him in this matchup is going to be really good, but it is a second base 130 speed Mon, so I don't know if he wants to bring two of them just to really just flat out want to have speed when there's a lot of potential that he needs some bulk, offense, and stuff like that. But let's see. But the six I'm probably most likely seeing, I think definitely G-Max Grimmsnarl. That shuts down a couple things on my team. That shuts down things like, but, I mean, there's a couple of my things that get just shut down, but there's things like Ferroform that can get shut down because of Fire Punch if it's got bulk up. Latios cannot do anything to this thing unless its G-Max turns are done. Otherwise, I definitely think Grimmsnarl itself also. Ugh. Besides setting screens, Grimmsnarl is a very good offensive Pokemon. I kind of like. I can see him running physical because of Ferroform with the Fire Punch, but again, that's where Drain Punch comes. But then again, he doesn't really do too much. The reason why I like Nasty Plot against my team is the fact that Nasty Plot hits a lot more things on the special side than physical side, because he's probably not expecting to be more of like physical prep bulk than special prep bulk, because his main special attackers on his team is arguably Rotom, Galvantula, and Spectrier. He's probably not going to think I'm going to expect special. He'll probably make me expect he's going to bring physical Grimmsnarl, and then I just run special, and then he'll just run special, which makes a lot of sense versus my team. But Entei hits like a mad truck, especially if I. Luckily, I don't set up the Sun with my G-Max move, which is really good. But again, it's one of those Pokemon that just hits really hard, and I really struggle switching into Entei at all. Rotom is very annoying versus my team. Rotom is definitely going to be one of his main way to want to remove any potential hazards, because I do have a couple of Stealth Rockers that I think he probably would not like to have any chip on as well. This is only one of three mons that can remove hazards. I think he needs to at least bring one removal, in my opinion. Spectre, even though, yes, doesn't really do that much to Skunk Tank plus Kangaskhan, it's still really good when, especially when things are chipped down. I definitely see a technical support set versus a Specs or Scarf set. The reason why is because I don't think chances of Will-O-Wisp burning and stuff like that, I think it's really, really good. But it does need to be careful. I do have really good answers in the form of those mons as well, but I do need to be careful about any potential ways of him. Like, if I know I'm weakened down to the point where he's going to click Mudshot, because I definitely think he's going to have Mudshot, Shadow Ball, and Will-O-Wisp, or Will-O-Wisp Shot Hex, Mudshot, Nasty Plot. One of those two sets is definitely going to be guaranteed to be brought versus my team. Excuse me. Again, I apologize for all the yawning. And I think Kaparaja comes. Kaparaja offensively is actually really hard for my team to kind of struggle to switch in. Its moveset's really, really good. Kaparaja overall is a very good mon. I do have a really good answers to a couple of it, but my switch-ins need kind of a little bit of a clean switch up before they can come in against it. And lastly, I think he's going to bring Galvantula. I think, but it's not going to be Webb's Galvantula. I think it's going to be like Volt Switch, Thunder, Bug Buzz, Energy Ball Galvantula. Because if for some reason I'm bringing like an assault vest, Mudsdale, I think he would rather be wanting to have something like Energy Ball, which can hit me harder for super effective damage versus stab, where I can eat up the stab relatively well. And plus, having Energy Ball is really good coverage in ways to hit things like the Xurkitree. It's really good coverage to hit things like the Lapras in case I predict the Bug Buzz and stuff like that. Overall, I think Galvantula is going to be very, very annoying. So that's the team I expect him to bring in some of the threats. From his bottom row, I could see Crobat. I could potentially see Tentacruel, maybe Miltank, and then maybe Flygon. I think definitely the Miltank has a strong chance, and then one of its two poison types I would probably pick. If I had to pick personally, I probably would pick Crobat, because Special Crobat would be actually really more threatening versus me than anything else. So let's go ahead, after all the stalling that it is, and break down our team. We're bringing here Sonic or G-Max Cinderace. G-Max Cinderace is probably most likely going to be one of the ways we win this game. We are going to kind of take a bit of a risk here, and we're bringing Adamant over Jolly this matchup. We're bringing 36 in HP, max attack Adamant, 220 in the speed. This lets me guarantee to be faster than any base 100s on his team, which is Entei. So basically, if I'm faster, Entei can't do anything to me. Now, here's the problem what we have here. I wanted to run something like Scorching Sands to get Death Boost, but again, Scorching Sands wouldn't do anything to Entei. I mean, I'll double check a calc, and if it does do some work, then I might do that. But otherwise, I think G-Max Cinderace offensively can just murder so much of my opponent's team, and just so much. Especially with Acrobatics. Acrobatics is really, really good in this type of situation to where I can control the speed. By getting that +1, I'm faster than everything except Scarf Galvantula and Scarf Spectreer. So if they are Scarf, I'll know that for a fact. And if they are, webs and everything like that, it's really good. And what's also really, really good about G-Max is here, my G-Max Cinderace, is I could freely click the fighting move because he's never going to bring his horse. So I can go for the +1 attack and either constantly just spam the Max Knuckle or click Max Knuckle twice. And on the turn, he probably expects me to click Max Knuckle again. Then he goes back to where I click Airstream and knock that thing out. And if not, I got my +1 boost. And now I'm faster than everything in his team and then I'll know if anything's Scarf when he reveals it to me. And then booyah. From there, we are good to go. So, overall, I think G-Max Cinderace is going to do really, really well. It's potentially one of the ways we kind of just break early or kind of potentially set up for a victory in the late game. Up next is probably most likely going to be the win condition, I would say. And that is going to be Typhoon, the Tornadus T, with Nasty Plot, Air Slash, Suds Wave, and Heat Wave. This is the first time I've seen a lot of Tornado sets. And Nasty Plot's a set I don't really see too much run because, personally, for me, I feel like there's way better sets to run versus. But look at this team. You look at Tornadus. There's nothing that really switches into Flying Stab, really, except for really just one Pokemon in his team, and that's just the Caparaja. Other than that, Air Spam is really, really good, Sludge Wave is really, really good, and Heat Wave is really good. Now, I'm running Air Slash over Hurricane for two reasons. One, even at +2, Hurricane doesn't guarantee knockout G-Max Grimmsnarl. It at most does 2, is a guaranteed 2 KO. And that's after the boost. Not with the boost, that's where the problem is. And also for G-Max Centers, I did want to run Zen Headbutt on it, but the problem I was looking at is if I bring Zen Headbutt and he doesn't bring any of his poison types, it could be a little bit problematic. I mean, Psychic Terrain's really good because it actually stops Grimmsnarl's Prankster, which is really, really good because Prankster actually cannot be activated in Psychic Terrain. So if he does want to try to do any shenanigans with setup or anything like that, or with Sucker Punch or something like that, I can pretty much guarantee get rid of it. And I might actually change that. I don't know yet. I haven't made my full decision yet. But back to Tornadus T. Nasty pull out 3 attacks actually just wins me the game here. We are max HP, 100 special attack on 156 speed. I am faster than everything on his team besides Spectre and Spectre can't really do too much back to me except either Shadow Ball, Dark Pulse, or Hex. But again, that's where basically if I get the +2 off, it's basically doing a lot of damage. A +2 Air Slash, I believe, is a roll to kill at +2. Pretty much everything on my set here, just basically 1 shots, if not 2 shots, every single thing. +2 Air Slash knocks out Galvantula. +2 Sludge Wave knocks out Grimmsnarl. +2 Heat Wave should basically always guarantee Kappa Raja unless it's like max HP, max special defense with the Assault Vest. That's roughly a 2 AKO. Like, Tornadus is just super strong in this game, and I really think it's going to be doing a lot of work. Up next, we have hashtag Mama is best because she is my best friend and the best person in my life. We have here Kangaskhan here with Fake Out, Facade, Power Up Punch, Earthquake, 96 HP, Max Attack, Adamant, 56 in the defense, and 104 with the speed with the Silk Scarf. With this, we are faster than max speed Grimmsnarl, and we are also faster than defensive Rotom-Mow. We are running Facade on the odd chance that he just want to try to burn me or toxic me, and I can take advantage of that. I would love to run something else, but Facade still is 70 base power, which is still powerful enough as it is. It's not as strong as Body Slam or Strength, but it can do the job. And plus, again, if there's any chance to potentially get burned by something like, say, the Spectre potentially, then that's really, really good for us. This is 100% my answer to Spectre, however, and definitely that Spectre's got to be very careful because again, if he doesn't bring any of his, if he doesn't really predict his Steel type to come in on me, that's what's really good. But again, this is one of those things where if I could start weakening out Kaparaja and then power and punching, I can facade my way to pretty much KO everything. We do have Earthquake on there just as a way so we can be able to hit things like the Kaparaja and Entei, and then everything else pretty much gets smacked up by a facade plus fake out and everything else like that. I am running Adamant this game to hit as hard as I can with the Silk Scarf, which boosts my normal type attacks. So definitely looking forward to this Mon doing some work. Up next, we're bringing especially defensive Skunk Tank this week. Max HP, 60 attack, 80 defense, 116 special defense with the Sassy Nature. With this Sassy Nature, I believe I am faster than 0 speed invested. Grimmsnarl, which is really, really good. We are on Fire Blast, Sucker Punch, Poison Jab, and Defog. I did pack Defog on something at least in case potential hazards are up on my side of the field. If I have to get rid of them. But overall, I definitely don't think there's too much hazards that could be coming versus us. And again, if it's spikes or stealth rocks, I can remove those right away, so it's really good right there. But basically with this moveset, it's kind of made to support the team. Sucker Punch is really good to check the Spectre because honestly, most likely it's going to click Mud Shot against me if it's got it. Poison Jab is actually really good. I looked at the defenses more and just physically hit a little harder on this team. So we are running a little bit of a physical offensive here with Sucker Punch plus Poison Jab. We have Fire Blast there, which is uninvested. It's only guaranteed to roughly 3 to 4 hit KO. Kaparaja is a max def set or something like that. If it's a fully offensive set, it's a chance to 2 hit KO, especially also if we get the burn now. So really good monitor there. Up next, Brendan will be proud of this. It's Assault Vest Lapras, which he loves to death. We're running Nessie here with Ice Shard, Surf, Freeze, Dry, Iron Tail, 196 in HP, 12 attack, 128 defense, 116 special attack, and 56 in def. With the Assault Vest, I am chewing all the special hits for days. Obviously, his electric types will probably still roughly 2 AKO me depending on how they're built. Probably Rotom-Mow would maybe 2 AKO me. I don't think it's going to guarantee 2 AKO me, but it could. Definitely Galvantula could 2 AKO me if it's Specs or Life Orb or maybe Expert Belt. But with the Assault Vest, I'm basically taking all the special hits. So if he has Special Grimmsnarl, that Special Grimmsnarl does nothing against me. I could just take hits for days. And plus, being Shell Armor, I can't be critted at all in this one. So I can keep this thing as healthy as possible. Ice Charge is there for good priority. Freeze Dry is there because it hits the majority of the team, including Squidward, aka Jenna Cruel. Surf is pretty much spammable for the majority of his team, and we are rocking Iron Tail. Iron Tail with 0 investment. Well, I guess we just run the risk in 12 because I had all my investments on that 12 with dollars. But 0 investment, Iron Tail against a Grimmsnarl with no HP or no bulk itself is going to be guaranteed 2 KO by Iron Tail. So definitely something to note right there as well. But I think Lapras can do some good work this game. I think Lapras can really put a good offensive pressure in this match and be able to help chip things down. And last but not least, we're in Trojan the Mudsdale here with Toxic, Rock Tomb, Earthquake, Stealth Rock. I kind of just needed Ground Spam this matchup. Ground Spam is really good. Toxic's really good against the majority of this team because I can just Toxic everything on his team. Rock Tomb controls Speed Control, which is really good in this matchup as well. And Stealth Rocks are really, really good. He's got 2 mons that would really, really hate to take. Well, he's got 3 if you count Crobat. He's got 3 mons that really don't want to take Stealth Rock or do oil damage. So definitely something to keep a note right there. And also offensively, Mudsdale is very, very good. We are running specially defensive with 176 in HP, it's 48 attack, 96 defense, and 196 def. With the 96 defense, I'm keeping myself a little tanky. We are running stamina, of course, because it was the better ability to run this matchup. Overall, I think Mudsdale can do some good work support and hopefully get those rocks up. Toxic, a couple of things. I think our main way to win this game is going to be on the back of Cinderance, Typhoon, and Kangaskhan. And from Skunk Tank all the way to Mudsdale is going to be all the support. So hopefully we can pick up this week 1 win. It's a very tough matchup. I wanted to bring stuff like Xurkitree. I wanted to bring stuff like maybe Milotic. I don't remember. I really don't remember my own draft, which is sad, but that's gonna be it for me, guys. Leave a like if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Join the Fish Locker crew today because you'll be filled with the Kingdom crew. With that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and take my nap now. See you guys later. Until next time, guys. Peace.